Okay, Nomsa, so we're going to start off by just doing a tie break. So I'm going to get you to serve first, okay? So we're going to do a tie break to 7. You ready? Okay. One love. You ready? Okay, 2 love. Oh, there's a mistake from me. 2-1. Oh, brilliant. Well played. 2-2. Okay, just a little long. 3-2. You ready? Okay. 4-2. We'll stay this end. You ready? Oh, good play from you. 4-3. Okay, there's a double. Never mind, never mind. So we got 3-5. Okay, that's fine. It's me, isn't it? 3-6 or 6-3. No, there's an error there. Yep. 6-4. Okay, 7-4. I actually think you played a pretty good tiebreaker there. I think what I'd like to see a little bit more of is you from the serving situation. So what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm just going to ask you to serve the deuce and the advantage court. And we're going to make a little condition here. I want you to make the first shot of the rally your forehand every time. Okay, all right. Yep, I'm ready. Okay, should we go again? Here you go. Okay, let's look at the advantage side. Yeah, well played on that one. Okay, let's do 2 more of those. Not a great return from me. Should we go again? Okay. Okay, there's one that's long there. Oh, never mind. Okay, so a moment ago I put a condition on the point and said that you have to hit forehand after the first shot. Just want to see some of your decision making here based on my return. If you think hitting the forehand would be a good idea based on some of these serves, okay? Alright, so you can hit a backhand, but I want you to look for as many forehands as you possibly can, okay? Yeah, okay. And we're going to make sure that we treat this as if it's a first and a second serve. So this is your second serve now, okay? Okay, well, you got a let there. A little bit long from me. How do you feel about making the decision to use your backhand on that occasion? Yeah, I think so, yeah. Just having a little check. Okay, never mind. Good decision for the forehand? Yeah? Okay. Okay. Is the serve that you're doing, whether it's first or second, is that affecting some of your decision making? No? That's fine. I just thought I was curious, that's all. Okay, never mind. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to do the feed myself. So we're going to imagine that you've just done the serve, and we're just going to say it's right court for the first couple points. So we'll do about 3 feeds on the right, 3 feeds on the left. Okay, so coming from those court positions. Just want you to just go from contact, and then when I drop the ball for the feed, I bounce feed. That's when you're going to finish your service motion, and then you're going to start your recovery. Okay? Alright, so imagine you've just done a serve, so start from contact. So ready? So come a little bit more narrow, because that's where you were serving from, wasn't it? Okay? Ready? Here we go. Okay, and we play. Okay, so another one over here. That's a lovely shot. I think we'll get Hawkeye on it, but it was close. Ready? So start there for me, and then finish your service motion on the bounce of my feed. Ready? So now, here we go. So it was a little bit late that time. The timing wasn't quite very realistic, was it? So we'll try again. Ready? Go. Alright. Were you happy with your decision to hit this one down the middle of the court? Did you feel this is a good one to hit down the middle of the court? Yeah? Okay. Going to do 3 from this side now. Okay? So, have a little think about where I'm feeding from as well, because that's going to impact the kind of the serve that the effect that you've done on your serve. So if I'm feeding from here, this is good. This means you've just hit a wide serve. Okay, so have a think about that in terms of your court position as well. Okay. Okay. Okay, good play. Let's go again on the advantage side of the court. Ready? Okay, just a little wide. Let's do another one. Ready? Steady. Good defending. Oh, that's a really good play there. Nice shot, okay? So, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to say that we're going to just only hit forehands. We're going to just look at the juice side of the court. I'm still going to feed. Can you still shadow a serve? Okay? And then I just want you to try your best to see if you can hit as many shots into the space as you possibly can. Okay? Alright, ready? Okay, alright. So these feeds are they're going to be slightly different as well, so don't start expecting the same thing. Okay. I'll tell you what as well, you just tell me where the serve is going to go, so then that will affect where the feed comes from as well, okay? So, tell me where it's going to go. Wide, okay, here we go. Okay. So try and hit as many forehands into the space as you can. Down the line? You mean the middle? So try again. Here we go. Yeah, we got T middle wide. Okay, ready? T. Well, you could say body for middle if you wanted to. That's okay. Ready? Okay. Alright. Let's try this again, okay? Go for the T1 again. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right, let's do another one of those, okay? Anyone you like. Okay, so it's got to my body. Okay, then we play. All right, okay, so just want to block that down a little bit further. So they're all going to be wide serves now. Okay, so I'll feed from this position here, okay? All I want you to do is I just want you to just have finished your service motion. So start in your ready position, okay? All right? And I want you to try and hit as many balls into the space as you can. So come a little bit more across. That's it. That's a bit more relevant, okay? Ready? Here we go. Okay, that's a nice shot there. Ready? Okay. Alright, nice little point there though, wasn't it? Okay, so remember what we're trying to do here. So just going to move this danger ball quickly. Okay, so you just hit a wide serve. Now you're going to play into space here, okay? Ready? So ideally the serve was effective. So this means your court position might be a little bit more forwards, okay? Okay, let's try that again. Here we go. Okay. Where do you feel on the scale here on these balls? So I'm trying to feed you the same ball. Do you feel like they are all balls that you're wanting to attack? Do you feel like you want to attack these? Yeah? Okay. Alright, so set yourself up in that ready position. Okay, not too bad. Okay, just a little long. Okay. Let's do one more of these. Okay, play. And there's the error from me. Okay, right then. Let's have a little discussion on where we think things are at. So, I might ask you to come down to my side of the court if that's okay. So during the tie break, I thought you actually played a really good tie break, and actually, to me, I think you got quite a lot of first serves in. There was only the one double fault that got that point, that lost that point. Yeah. Majority of the serves, I say, were reasonably effective. So if you come over here for me, okay. So in the past, we've done a lot of work on trying to see if we can neutralize a neutralizing return of serve. And when I played those balls into you, sometimes the decision making you chose was to go back down the middle of the court. So you'd hit a serve, so just come out of the way a little bit just so you're a bit safe. So let's imagine it's on your, this is your juice side of the court, this is my advantage side of the court, but it's the same pattern because I'm hitting my wide serve, okay? So I'm there hitting my wide serve, okay? Let's go again. Ready? There we go. So I'm hitting my wide serve, and then the return's hit a neutralizing ball back, and then you've gone right back up the middle, and that's absolutely fine, but I feel like you're losing some chances here to be on attack by the third ball of the rally. So where I'd like you to be, I'd like you to be hitting those wide serves, okay, and then let's do that again. So hit that wide serve one more time, Dan. Here we go. Here we go. So we're going to hit that wide serve. There we go. Then we're going to get into position. Then we're going to try and hit into the space. So we're going to try and see if we can change the direction of the ball a little bit, okay? So the focus really isn't on the serve itself, because those were reasonably effective at times. It was the decision making around that, about whether or not you should attack or should you keep the rally at neutral. So we want to open that option for you a little bit more to attack. So how are we going to do that? First of all, tactically, we want to try and see if we can change the direction of the ball into space. The trajectory of this ball is going to be slightly different to the neutralizing ball that you was using. So you was using one where you go twice the height of the net. We want to take some time away from the opponent, so we want to try and maybe go with a little bit of a shallower arc on the flight path, okay, to try and see if we can take some time. That will get the ball quicker to them, okay? So in terms of how we do that technically, first of all, we need a good recovery from the serve. So we're going to hit the wide serve. Then we're going to make sure that we are in a good position to recover, so we've got the space. The next thing we should be thinking about is when the return comes in, we're going to turn those shoulders before the ball has crossed the net and change our grip. And then we're going to start making those plans to go into that space, okay? So we're going to try and make sure the racket face is angled down towards that part of the court. We're going to try and go with a shallower arc. So we're going to turn our racket face perhaps a little bit quicker, so we're not going to extend as longer, okay? So we're going to go a little bit quicker through the hitting phase. And then we're going to try and angle that racket down that path of the court, okay? One last thing to think about is perhaps how the body is going to affect that shot. So with the body side of things, we want to try and make sure that we're keeping our trunk a bit side on for longer, and that can affect how the angle of the racket is going to change the direction of the ball. Okay, so let's just have a couple quick little checks there. Okay, so tactically, off the wide serve, your goal is to try and see if you can get more opportunities to hit where? Yeah, that's it, into space, okay, because this is going to help you be on attack. Yeah, attack after the return, okay? So you're going to use the effect of that serve to keep you up in the point, okay? Technically then, we want to get that flight path to be a little bit more shallower arc to the net. So technically, how are we going to go about that? What would we want to do? So for you, if you come onto this side here, this is your wide serve. So if you shadow the wide serve, okay, that's it. And now show me what you think I mean. So first of all, we're going to get before the ball has crossed the net. Yeah, okay. That's it. And then through that hitting phase, we want to just move that racket head a little bit quicker through that hitting phase. That's it. That will impart maybe a little bit of spin. And you're a good enough player to do that, okay? So you might be able to get a little bit of brush on the back of the ball. So that will help you get that shallower arc as well, but maintain some margins so you don't miss the shot as often, hopefully, okay? Then bodywork wise, do we want to open up our body nice and early, or do we want to stay a little bit sider for a little bit longer through the hitting phase? That's fine. Yeah, exactly, okay? And you can do that however you feel. You can do that whatever feels most comfortable. So for you, I was noticing you were hitting a little bit more open stance sometimes, so you were a little bit more open to the court. That's fine as long as your trunk is sideways a little bit longer, and that's going to help you angle that racket a little bit more down the court, okay? Should we get into some practice? Yeah, let's try. So if you go back over to that side, okay? So just going to feed those balls into you, and you're going to try and practice changing the direction of the ball into the open court, okay? That's it. Yeah, just move a couple of those danger ones, okay? So remember, tactically, you've just hit a wide serve. It was quite a good first serve. Okay? So then you're going to get a reply from me, which is me trying to neutralize the point, but sometimes that's not been as effective, so you get a chance to attack, okay? All right, so you ready? Here we go. Just go from the shadow, and then I'll do the feeding, okay? And then we'll build the serve into it in a second. Ready? So just get the feeling of that. We'll play the point from there as well. That's a good one. Okay. So where do you feel on the preparation side of things there? Do you feel like you got your body turned nice and early? Yeah, I think you're being quite harsh on yourself there. I think you did okay. Yeah, I think hitting phase was pretty good as well. And you're using your body to direct that ball down the court. I mean, you've got a great outcome there. Okay, so I would say the majority of the processes were being followed. So let's go again. Let's see if we can go again. Ready? Okay. What do you think? Good? Yeah, you like that one? Ready? I like that one too. It's good. Okay, play. Okay. Just do one more for me. Okay. Ready? Okay. So, granted that feed was a little bit shorter. Maybe you wasn't expecting that as much. But there's a good learning curve there. So when you're inside the court, you don't need that much depth because you're closer to the net. So there's less distance between you and the baseline. So you want to go for a little bit more brush on that part of the contact. So a little bit quicker through the hitting phase. You want to give it a try? Ready? Oh, that's a good one. There you go. How do you feel about the flight of the ball there? Can you see how you're pushing me? Yeah, so you're staying on attack. So that's going to be my yes/no question for you. Do you feel like you was on attack by the time I return the next ball? Okay, all right. So let's go with this one. You're going to give me a yes or no. Do you feel like you was on attack? Trying, yeah, trying, okay. Okay. How do you feel I did there? Do you think I neutralised your attacking ball? Okay, so in terms of the outgoing ball, where do you think the problems were? Because I thought the arc was quite good. It was good trajectory. Think you might want to try something else? Push a little bit wider, probably. Yeah, get me a little bit more on the run. Ready? Oh, that'll do. Okay. Just want to come in with one last little technical over here. Okay. So we talked about the preparation. Preparation's nice and early. Sometimes you are getting a bit close to the ball with that preparation. So I just want you to be turning that shoulder a little bit sooner, getting that shoulder back and helping that to make your decisions about how close you're going to be or how far you need to move to the ball in terms of your footwork. So lots of little footwork to be able to achieve that, getting behind the ball. Okay. So just wanted to just give you a little reminder about that. But I'm mainly over here just to talk about the recovery side of things as well. So if I'm going to hit my forehand down the line, I want to try and see. Now I know that I don't want my opponent to get the next shot, but I've got to assume where could I recover? Where in terms of finishing that? What do you think the most vulnerable area of the court could be? Yeah, yeah. Go on, you go ahead. Okay. Okay. So you're talking about gaining an advantage of taking over a little bit of court position here. Yeah. Then you might. So they might try and go into the angle. They might go into space. So yeah, no, I agree with you. I think that they're gonna have an opportunity possibly to hit into this space. So you want to come over and cover the cross court ball, okay? But it sounds to me like what you were saying as well is you feel quite comfortable finishing at the net as well, and that's an option that you could work on in terms of recovery as well. Because if I've hit my serve wide, and then I'm going to play this ball, if it's good, I can follow the path of the ball, and then I can then intercept some potential volleys into that space, which you said is quite vulnerable. So that's an option as well. So what would you like to practice today? Would you like to practice finishing at the net, or do you want to practice recovering here and then playing the next shot at the baseline? Which one do you want to work on? Both. Yeah. Yeah. Try finishing at the net a little bit. And to be honest, I don't think it's a bad thing for you to say both. I think what we could do is we could measure the quality of your outgoing ball and see if you feel comfortable finishing at the net, couldn't we? Yeah. So we will in a way do both. But I just want you to just quickly just shadow to me what you think I mean. So you've just hit your forehand, so your forehand's in space there. Okay, you've hit it down the line. So if you're going to come to the net, that's it. So make sure you follow the path of the ball. That's it. There we go. All right. And then if you were to recover at the baseline, what would you try? Yeah, so you're going to cover that space. So I just wanted to just double check that because I'm left-handed, you're right-handed, so it has to be flipped a little bit. Okay, so right, let's go into that then. Okay, so I'm going to just open up the feeding a little bit. So the feeding's just, they're going to be, I want you to hit the same shot, but you might recover slightly differently. Okay, all right, but the feeding will be slightly different. Okay, so still, can you shadow serve for me just for a few more? Okay. Okay, good. So you chose to stay back on that one. That's fine. There's another chance to show off the forehand down the line. That one was a tougher one though, wasn't it? You really were pulled into the net there, wasn't you? Okay, ready? Okay, just watch the feeding. Could be a little bit trickier sometimes. Okay, play. That's good. Okay, so what affected your decision there? Yeah, so I'm kind of in improvisation land over here, aren't I? So I'm not really getting a good balance and hit on the ball. So this is a good chance for you to close the net, isn't it? You kind of look at my court position, reading me, how I look on the hit, look a bit awkward, and I'm also quite far back, aren't I? So this is going to give you much more chance of success if you were to come and close the point at the net there, yeah? So how are you feeling about the outgoing ball down the line at the moment? Okay. Yeah, I feel like we're getting quite a good amount of outcome there. The arc's pretty good. Not over pushing it as well, so that's good. So I feel like tactically, it's important to just remember that this is more of a building shot, and then like we're talking about the recovery here, that might be your finish. Okay, so the next shot after this one, so you're attacking to kind of build the point here, and then you're going to try and finish with the next one. So I think you're doing a great job of the margin side of things. Okay, so we'll keep going with the feeding. Okay. Oh yeah, thank you. Okay, so now how about let's open it up a little bit. So we'll just go into some different situations where I might feed even into different spaces of the court, okay? And we'll see what you do, okay? Ready? Okay? So that one was down the middle of the court. Do you feel like there was an opportunity to maybe move across, get the shoulder back? Yeah, it wasn't early prepared. Didn't read the situation that quickly. That's fine. There we go. So remember, you want to look for your forehand as often as you can here. Want to get you on attack. Okay? Okay, that ball's out, but how do you feel about the recovery? Was you in a good place? I think so too. I think you got into position quite quickly after that shot and you were ready for the next ball. Just went a little bit AWOL on the hitting phase, but that's a different shot we'll look at a different day, yeah? Ready? Here we go. It's a high one. Okay. Okay, seems like a while ago, doesn't it, that first shot in the rally? Do you think you can remember it or not really? No, it's fine, it's fine. Let's go again, okay? Okay. So again, another kind of long rally, but if you look at my court position, do you think you were successful in staying on attack for a while? Got like a rally, yeah? Yeah, okay. Alright, that's fine. Okay. So that took away your advantage. So you're starting to kind of notice here that if that first shot is a little bit more down the middle of the court, which you are quite good at, there's nothing wrong with that. But if we want to try and sort of be up in the point a bit earlier, like you say, this is where we want to be, isn't it? Okay. Let's bring the serve back into it and let's see how things go. Let's try and make it a bit more realistic, okay? So if you miss the serve, I might feed in to try and just keep the rhythm going a little bit. We'll see, okay? Okay, well, it's a good serve, that one. I just think it's worth just checking. I know that I'm just talking a little bit here, but we'll get into it very quickly. Is this particular pattern of play more relevant to an effective first serve or a second serve? What do you think? Yeah. Maybe apprehensive, yeah, I guess is the word you're looking for. But I don't think it's one size fits all. I think you're absolutely right. I'd say you're more likely to be trying to hit this 1-2 pattern off that first serve. Off the second serve, your opponent probably have a bit more of a chance of hitting a much better neutralising ball, providing that your first serve is quite effective, isn't it? So then you probably go back to what you were doing at the beginning of the lesson, which is coming a bit more down the middle off the third shot. Okay? You ready? Okay. So what about your own court position there? Do you feel like you could have maybe got that ball a little bit earlier? Okay. Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. You might have felt like you wanted a bit more time because my return was quite deep, wasn't it, as well? Well played there, lovely, good stuff. Really like the arc on that ball there. Sometimes the depth can actually get you out, put you in a bit of trouble because if that had sat up, I would have had more of a chance of getting hold of it. So that was a good trajectory off that ball. Okay. Where do you feel on the process where you might want to change things? What might you want more of if you were to do that one again? Okay, so maybe you wanted to maybe start your hitting phase a bit sooner to try and hit the ball a bit earlier. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, it felt a bit abbreviated, didn't it? No, I get what you mean. Yeah, okay. So what we want to try and do is stay side on for a bit longer. That's it. And stay confident with the balance of the hit and then go through it like you suggest. Okay, a little bit. Okay, that's a neutralising one. Okay. I actually feel like you made a reasonably good decision here. I thought my return was quite effective, neutralised the point. So I think you made a good decision to go back up the middle then. So maybe we need to just get this serve a little bit wider if you can. Oh, that's very wide. Okay, granted, won the point. Where do you feel we were in the preparation side of things there? Yeah, it felt like you were almost like you started your backhand and then changed, but that's okay. At least you know. At least you know. So try and get as many forehands here as you can. That's fine. Well done there. Well done. Good. Okay, should we just change things a little bit here? So we're going to move more into some more conditioned points. So we'll open up again. We'll stick with you serving. We'll imagine the game's at deuce a little bit, okay? But if you win the point with your using the forehand that we've been using today. So if you use that as your third shot in a rally and then you end up winning the point because you was on attack, then you're going to have an automatic game. And we'll see how many games you can win. So we'll go deuce advantage, okay? Okay, so that's advantage to me. So we'll go on the left side of the court now. And even though we're on the other side of the court, we could still work on the skill a little bit. It's a slightly different shot, but we're still tactically, still want to try and do the same thing off the first serve. Okay. So, right, let's go again. So that's one game. So we start a new game from deuce. Okay. So it's a bit high that one. Never mind. Okay. I like the serve though. So you're in the right position of the court. That gave you a chance to attack. Okay. That's fine. They are slightly different shots, aren't they? But at the moment, you sent two balls just slightly long, so you might want to just brush on that hitting phase a little bit more. So you've got a good extension, which is getting you good depth, okay? And we've got to bring that in just a little bit, okay? So yes, up and forwards, but maybe a steeper follow through, okay? And that's fine, the serve was effective enough, but well done. I feel like I should give you an automatic game there because you did follow the process as well. It was just my return that just let it down a little bit. So I'll give you automatic game. Oh, well played. What do you think? Automatic game? Yeah. Yeah. But I'd say that I finished at the net, didn't I, on that one? But that was because I feel like the third shot in the rally you hit kind of pulled me forwards a little bit. So then that helped. You made a good decision to actually stay back a little bit. You ended up finishing off with a drive volley, I think, didn't you? So maybe just be a bit wary. You might want to recover a bit quicker so you can get a shot that's going to be more likely to win you the point. Even though the drive volley was good, might be a bit of a 1 in 10, maybe 3 in 10 situation. Want to get those margins up a little. Great serve. Oh. And this is a nice shot there. Well done. Okay. So let's come into the net here. So that last return of serve, do you feel like you was on attack?
I was on attack, but because I was on the run, I had to reduce my swing. So I think that
Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah.
Just fire it, and then you go out. How fast I to swing my.
Yeah, okay. So there was a little bit of adapting to the situation because I think the return of serve was quite an effective return of
Oh,
serve.
I was quite angry, wasn't it? So I was off the court
Yeah.
essentially. I didn't want to be hitting the ball back
Yeah.
in the
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, and I think at the beginning of the lesson you probably would have felt more comfortable trying to hit that one back down the middle a little bit, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think that was necessarily wrong to hit back up the middle, but I think sometimes you can get a few more opportunities if you follow some of those processes, can't you? So,
Yeah.
so if you remember off that serve, we're going to try and see if we can get that nice early preparation. Okay, then through that hitting phase, stay side on for longer, and tactically, what we're trying to do, change the direction of the ball. That's what side on for longer is going to help us do. It's going to guide that angle of the racket a little bit, and we need to think about the depth a little bit because there's a shorter depth. So go through the hitting phase a little bit quicker. Yeah. Is there anything that you would want to do differently next time? Would you want to add to that? We talked about the recovery as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably more.
Yeah.
I remember doing.
Okay. So look a little bit more on that side of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you, Nomsa. All right. Shall we have a little collection? Shall we?